What's up, family? We have some breaking news in regards to our Social Security recipients. Thousands have been removed from Social Security. We also have some information regarding the COLA program. And yes, it is going to be receiving a little bit of a boost. But before we get started, guys, did you see what happened yesterday? There were tons of tornadoes that were pretty much tearing up, destroying different areas. In fact, tornadoes have been discovered in 3 potential states on Friday, starting off with the Midwest areas, in which Omaha, Nebraska ended up receiving severe damage in the Omaha suburb areas. And as you can see in this particular photo right here, someone's home was completely destroyed. And he is not the only one, because there were multiple tornadoes that ended up ravaging parts of Nebraska, as well as, like I said, other states as well. We also have the state of Texas, which we'll talk about that in just a moment. But take a look at this right here, where Midwest tornadoes ended up flattening homes in Nebraska areas, as well as leaving trails of damage in the Iowa area. Multiple tornadoes were reported in Nebraska and Iowa on Friday, but the most destructive storm moved from a largely rural area into the suburbs northwest of Omaha. Hopefully Warren Buffett's house was protected at this particular time. But anyways, guys, you definitely know how these tornadoes ends up happening. It causes devastation to multiple areas whenever these tornadoes rear its ugly head. Do you guys remember last year where Florida, out of all states, ended up having their own tornado? And then we previously saw a tornado in the Los Angeles area, California. Now that was insane. But anyways, as you can see right here, that more than 24 reported tornadoes in 3 states created outbreaks in the plains. Tornado watches are in effect for parts of 6 particular states. Guys, Friday was definitely not a good day from some individuals. Now, so far, guys, we have not received any word in regards to anyone losing their lives, but we have received information where people did end up losing their homes because of these torrential storms. So, guys, I definitely want to solicit you right now for you to take the opportunity with me to lift up your prayers in the meantime, to pray for these individuals, especially if there have been any type of casualties. We definitely want to keep them lifted up in prayer. Pray for them, pray for their friends, pray for their families as well, guys. So I at least wanted to give you that information, because a lot of you don't necessarily live in this Midwest area. You know me, I live in Texas, and we were safe, fortunately, but some others were not safe. So I definitely want to take the time out to pray for them at this particular time. Now, anyways, guys, moving on, we do need to go ahead and talk about these thousands of people that have been removed from Social Security. You see it right here on the article, but anyways, it says that the number of people who receive federal payments from the Social Security Administration declined by about 13,500 people, according to the data from the SSA agency. Back in March, there were about 7.27 million recipients of federal payments, compared to the previous 7.284 million in the prior month. Those recipients who qualified based on their age were close to around 1.1 million last month, slightly more than they had in the month of February, when that group totaled near about 1.13 million. Those considered blind and disabled who received benefits declined in March to 6.15 million people, guys, from the previous 6.17 million that was in February, which means, guys, that is a shortage. A lot of people have lost their Social Security benefits. But the question is why? As it says right here, that the under 18 years old recipients also fell to about 982,000 last month from the previous 989,000. And those in the 18 to 64 age bracket who receive benefits from the federal government totaled around 3.96 million, which is a slight drop from the February's data. But anyways, guys, so far we do not have any information in regards to why this is actually happening. And it says right here that it was unclear what actually drove this decline in the overall number of people who receive federal payments for the month of March. But anyways, according to Newsweek, they ended up contacting the Social Security Administration office for comments via email outside of the working hours, but they have not received any information so far, but hopefully they will get a response from them if it is not necessarily a secret. You know how those things can pretty much act. But anyways, guys, like I said, millions of older Americans continue to depend on Social Security payments for their daily expenses, especially as things continue to rise. Prices of groceries, gas, services as well, those types of things continues to rise on a daily basis. But anyways, guys, it means that no one is immune to the rising costs from the inflation, and people continuously have to spend money on various things that are pretty much unexpected. You never know when your AC might stop working, you need some Freon in it, or your refrigerator stops works, or your favorite food item at the grocery store just went up by 40 or 50%. You just never know, guys. So anyways, guys, this information is very helpful to some people out there because you may be a victim of this and you deserve to have an answer. You need to know exactly why you were one of those thousands of people that have been removed from Social Security. Could it be because of those previous laws that were introduced back during the pandemic, pretty much faded away, and now that has caused you to lose your benefits? We don't know, guys. You probably know the answer, but if you do, comment down below, because our viewers, as well as those individuals that come over here to read the comments, they want to know as well. So anyways, guys, once we receive information as well, I will update you as normal. In addition to that, guys, we also have some information right here that says Social Security benefits could be dramatically changed under this new bill. We are talking about the newly proposed bill that was introduced by Arizona Representative Ruben Gallego, which is a Democrat, and he said that this could change how the cost of living adjustment to Social Security benefits is calculated. This could be a good thing, guys, and potentially causing a boost in checks for retirees and other Social Security recipients. The proposed legislation, called the Boosting Benefits and COLAs Act, is an attempt to amend the Title II of the Social Security Act to require the Commissioner of Social Security to use the Consumer Price Index for elderly consumers, or better known as the CPIE, to calculate the yearly cost of living adjustment, better known as the COLA increase, instead of using the previous Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, or also known as the CPIW. Should the CPIW be higher than the CPIE? That is a question for you guys. Do you agree? Yes, it says that the first should be used instead of the latter. But anyways, the annual COLA is currently based on the percentage increase in the CPIW between the third quarter of the previous year and the third quarter of the current year. If there is no increase, there's no COLA. The idea is to adjust Social Security benefits so that they can keep pace with inflation. We all know that that's pretty much totally impossible to do. But anyways, they feel that it actually is working. It's really not working, guys. You already know what I'm talking about. I don't even need to go into that topic on this particular video. But anyways, the COLA for 2024 was 3.2%, which is a much smaller boost than the previous year when they received an adjustment of around 8.7%. Almost 3 times less. But anyways, according to this representative, this formula doesn't consider the specific costs that retirees have to face on a daily basis, which are different from the rest of the American population. I can agree to that. For example, medical expenses weigh more heavily on elderly people than they do with younger people, a number which is reflected in the CPIE data, but not necessarily reflected in the CPIW. Yes. This guy knows what he's talking about. Can he go talk to Congress and persuade them to do something about this, to change the way things are actually done, as well as how COLA is calculated? That would help out our elderly individuals so much. Wouldn't you guys agree? Our seniors, our elderly, our VA, those individuals that receive SSI or SSDI, yes, it could affect all of the above. As rising costs continue to soar in Arizona, seniors on Social Security continue to see real value value of their benefits decrease on a monthly basis. This is very unfortunate. In a statement saying that, look, my new bill puts more dollars in the pockets of Social Security recipients to pay their bills, get their medications, as well as to pay for their housing. It's only right Arizona seniors earn their Social Security benefits as they should, as they were told that they would those 35 years that they were putting in work years ago. So anyways, guys, this is a new proposal on the table, and this does look very promising. A lot of people have always been talking about this for quite some time now, and we have got to do something about it. And it looks like this representative of Arizona has brought this to the forefront to have a discussion, to talk about it, to get the ball rolling, to get some people to potentially vote on it if Congress does their job and brings it up for a vote as well. But anyways, so far, this is only a proposal. It is on the table, getting the discussion talked about right now, which is why I'm talking about it in this video as well. So hopefully you guys agree with this. If you do, comment down below, as well as hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. Anyways, guys, don't forget, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow on YouTube, and I need all the help that I can get. But anyways, guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to comment them down below in the comment section. I would love to get your thoughts on this. And outside of all of that, I hope to see you guys on the next video.